In today's episode, I want to share with you 4 things you must do before you start dating in this year. Yes, my darling, when it comes to dating and marriage, we have to be very serious, especially when you notice that there are something that is running in your lineage, maybe late marriage. You dated a man for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. You are now turning to beg him to come and see your parents, yet he is still not ready. Or you dated him for 4 years, for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. All of a sudden, small thing came up, and that's the end of the dating. Or perhaps you think that, oh, this person could be seeing me, but it's not seeing me. My darling, I want you to pay attention to this episode. Don't forget that the spiritual control the physical. But before we move on, I want to say thank you so much for your massive support. And if you have not yet subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. And thank you to all our return viewers, those who share our videos, who put comments. May God bless you. Number one, you have to pray this prayer and say, oh God, may I be visible anywhere I am. Yes. Sometimes people feel like, oh, I need to relocate in order for me to marry. Maybe in my country, no husband, no man, no this, no this. I need to go to Canada. I need to go to America. I need to go to Japan, Malaysia, Vietnam, China. I need to go to Europe. My darling, let me tell you something. Relocation is not the problem. Where you are, it's not the problem. The problem is visibility. Yes. Do you know that you may be looking at something, but you are not seeing that something? Yes, it has happened to me. Also, you may be hearing somebody speaking, but you are not listening to that person. We all can testify it. The same thing happened when it comes to dating and marriage. You may be in the midst of men looking for wife, midst of good men, but they are not seeing you. You are not visible to them. That's why you need to take time and say, oh Lord, may I be visible. What you need is visibility, not location. Because until you break that yoke of veil covering you, not them to see you, until you break that thing that is making them not to see you are a wife material, you will never be visible. If you want to travel to Japan, travel to Toyoko, travel to anywhere, you have to come to a point and say, God, any evil veil that makes them to see me, but I am not visible to them, I break it. Take time, 21 days, fast about it. You are fasting for your destiny. You can fast 6 to 3, 6 to 12, 6 to 6, depend on your capability. Ask God, may I be visible? Yes. Let them not just be seeing me, that lady, that beautiful lady, that this one, but may they see me as a lady who wants to marry. Yes. It's very important that you pray for visibility. It's not about your location, it's about visibility. If you can remove that veil that is covering, that they see you, but they don't see that this one needs to be married. They don't see that this one is up to age to marry. They don't see wife material in you. Wherever you go, that thing will still follow you. That's why I say, please take time in this new year to pray for yourself. Second prayer you need to pray is, pray and ask God for favor. Yes. Do you know that favor is very important even in marriage? Yes. You will see some people dating someone, but because they are not favored, they will not marry that person. That person will not marry her. When the person marry, you will check and say, me and this lady married. How can he compare me and this lady? No, it's because that your favor is not overshadowing the lady. Yes. Look at what the Bible says in the book of Esther 2:17. The Bible said, Esther found grace and favor in the sight of the king more than all other virgins. More than all other virgins. The king loved Esther more than all other women and place the royal crown upon her, make her queen in the place of Vashti. If you have read this story very well, you will understand that Esther is not the only lady, only virgin that were prepared to meet the king. But what happened? Out of all the virgins that met king, that slept with king, only Esther find favor before the king and grace. Do you want to tell me that other virgins were not prepared? Do you want to tell me other virgins are not beautiful like Esther? Do you want to tell me that, but when favor of God, when grace of God fall afresh, even if that the man, the mother will say, oh, I don't like you, the man will say, I love her, she is my wife. Even if the brothers and sisters are bringing other ladies to challenge, to compete with you, the man will keep saying, I love her, she is my wife. So I want you to take time and pray and say, oh God, may your grace and favor locate me just as you locate Esther. It is only the grace and favor of God that separated Esther from other women, that made Esther to won the hearts of king, to the extent that the king have to crown her and make her queen instead of Vashti. Pray and say, oh God, may your grace and favor locate me before that man, before the person that will introduce me to that man. Remember, if you read this story very well, you see that everybody were busy helping Esther to make sure that Esther win the heart of king. That is favor of God. Another prayer point you need to pray is, ask God, may I not miss the sign and opportunity. Yes. My darling, may I tell you that you may see someone and that person has been praying for a wife, but you miss the opportunity. Yes, you miss the sign. If you read the Bible in Genesis 24:14, may it be that when I say to a young woman, please let down your jar that I may have a drink, and she says, drink and I will water your camel too, let her be the one you have chosen for your servant Isaac. You see that this man have already prayed for sign, that any woman I said, okay, I need to drink water, not just only give me water, also give to my camel. And guess what? The Bible says immediately he's finished praying, Rebecca came out. Rebecca came to fetch water. And he said to Rebecca, please, can I have a water? And Rebecca gave him the water and also give water to his camel. That is an opportunity. Ask God, may I not meet opportunity where I will meet my husband. Imagine that Rebecca do not come out, or Rebecca came out and this man, the servant, said, please, can you help me with water? And Rebecca said, you are a man, or I don't want to talk to you, I'm not in that mood. Do you know that Rebecca could have missed the opportunity? So as a young girl, it's not about dating, it's about praying a right prayer. Say, God, may I not miss the right person. Because you may be dating millions of people, 100 people, 10,000 people, 1,000 people, 2 people, 3 people, and still missing the right person. But when God is upon you, He will set your footstep right to the person and connect both of you. You see that there will be no waste of time. If you read this Bible verses, Genesis 24, you see that marriage quickly happened. Immediately, Rebecca gave water to the servants. They went to their home and everything starts happening as fast as possible because the sign is there, the opportunity is there, the favor is there, the grace is there. Rebecca was visible and everything happened. The last but not the least prayer you need to pray, my darling, is pray and say, God, may I be prepared. Yes, it is one thing for us to be praying for marriage. It's another thing for us not to be prepared. Many of us are of age to marry, but we are not willing to marry. You know yourself very well. You know the areas of your life you need to be prepared for you to marry. You may be praying, but God is looking at you and saying, I want to give this lady a husband, but she is not prepared emotionally. She is not prepared financially. She is not prepared physically. She is not prepared otherwise. She is not prepared in so many areas. So ask God, may I be prepared? Darling, what we are talking about is marriage. Yes, the truth is, if you can get the foundation right, the roofing will be very, very easy to do. Yes, most challenge we have in marriage is the foundation is not right. There is no way the roofing will be right. So I want you to take time in this January, make time, pray for 21 days. If you want to do it 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., do it at your best time. Don't do it when you are tired. Don't do it just to do it because big sister has say you have to do it. Pray like someone who needs something. When I was young praying for my marriage, I pray because I know I need it. So don't joke with this prayer. I hope this episode bless you. Please, if you have any question, don't forget to put it in the comments and I will answer you. Don't forget to subscribe and share. God bless you and shalom.